this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm working on my 2022 October daily. We're going to be working on day 5 and 6. And so for day 5, I am documenting pumpkins. So we had my niece over, her parents were out on a date. So we painted pumpkins, played Uno, all kinds of stuff. So what I decided to do was to kind of create my own little collage going across my 2 pages. And right when I printed my photos, I thought of this large title on one of my Close to My Heart sticker sheets, and it said "Beautiful." So I really wanted to use it. I felt like it would fit nicely in between my fold, and it did, and I love that I thought of this. Sometimes certain things stand out from like sticker sheets and ephemera packs, and they keep going through my mind. So basically when I am creating, I go straight to that product and it works out perfectly into my layout. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stick down my photos, and I decided that I have the sticker sheet out. Might as well use the pumpkins on that sticker sheet. You guys know, and I've said this earlier, that I really want to use my stash. So I went back to an older Close to My Heart sticker sheet. You can see I've used the heck out of it. So I just wanted to use what's remaining from that sticker sheet. I added some washi strips on the bottom, and then I'm going to use the pumpkins to create a little cluster of pumpkins. Now, when I look back on this layout, I feel like my pumpkins are too much with the strips of washi. I feel like there's a lot going on there. Let me know what you think. I keep going back and forth thinking maybe I should remove the strips of washi, keep the pumpkins as simple as possible. But I don't know. I keep questioning myself. So let me know what you think. If you like the strips of washi with the pumpkins, or should I just leave it pumpkins only? I also went ahead and added some stars from the same sticker sheet, again, trying to use my stash. Now I want to grab the stamp set from the Paper Person shop and just stamp Spooktacular right above my pumpkins. I'll even add some stars in yellow just to bring in a different color to my cluster of pumpkins. While I was stamping out my stars, I decided that I want to balance out my layout by adding more of those washi strips to the opposite side. And again, I get to use my stash. So I grabbed a few. I even grabbed the little strip like it's supposed to stay on your sticker sheet and use that as well. So I'm going to add some of that to my washi strips. And I'll also use one of the stickers from the sticker sheet that says spooky, just to fill out that space and again to balance out my layout. I also will go back to some older sticker sheets here just to add a little something to my cluster of washi strips. And I add Hocus Pocus. Again, because I stamped Spooktacular on the left, I felt like I needed to add something on the right. And I'm creating a cluster of stars in that top right corner. I always say this, it's all about balance. So if you added some clustering on the left side, it's smart to do it on the right side, even if it's in like different corners. But I also will grab the same star stamp from the Paper Person shop and add some stars in yellow. And I'm going to finish up my spread, or I'm thinking I'm going to finish up my spread by stamping I Smell Children right above one of my photos. Obviously, because we're with my niece since she's a child, and I thought that fit perfectly. But at this point, I'm thinking I'm done, and I thought, OMG, I forgot to add space for journaling. I'm thinking the only thing I can do is probably remove one of my photos, back it up with a card, and kind of create a hinge to create a flip up, and that way I can add my journaling behind the photo. To me, it was the easiest way. And then, I don't have to worry about like squeezing in my journaling somewhere else. So I went through some of my journaling cards. I'm going to back up this photo with this card. It's adorable. I'm going to create a little hinge with some scrap paper, and I will end up adding my journaling underneath my photo. I'll also create a little tab with my stickers just to remind me that the journaling is behind the photo, and then I call it done. Because this was last minute, I didn't even want to go and type out my journaling and print it and waste time recording. So I decided to do it later on. Hopefully you will see them at the end of the video when I share my photos. Okay, now that I'm done creating my flip up for my journaling, I'm just going to go through my sticker stash and add 2 circles back to back to create a tab for my photo and my flip up. And I will also stick down number 5. Remember, I've been stamping these numbers ahead of time, trimming them out and using them throughout my journal. And I believe I will add a little sticker underneath my flip up. I felt like that paper that I used to create my hinge just didn't fit well, and I wanted to cover it up with a little sticker. It worked perfectly, and now I can call day 5 done. Let's move on to day 6. So day 6 is all about costumes, and I decided to document this photo of my sister and I at Target trying out the ketchup and mustard costume. So there's a little story behind this. My parents, my dad loves ketchup, my mom loves mustard. So we decided to put on the costumes and send them a picture. They thought it was funny and cute. So I'm going to be documenting this photo for costume day. I remembered having a 4x8 paper from an old Studio Calico kit that had costume on it. Now, because my journal is much smaller than the 4x8, so I had to trim it down very carefully and just have the letters. But when I added it to my page, it didn't look right. So what I decided to do is grab some black paper and back up my trimmed costume paper. And I really like how it looks. I kind of play around with it a little bit, try to figure out where I want to add the word. Do I want it in the center? Do I want it to the side? I end up with center because I just felt like I liked the black lines on the side of my paper and really like how this turned out. I'm so happy that I used this paper. I've had it for way too long and it just worked perfectly with my photo. Now, once I stick these down, I am going to actually create an extra interactive element to my page. It just felt like I needed it. I have said this a billion times. I really want to use my stash. And if I keep everything simple, which you know me, I usually do, I won't end up using a lot of it. So what I decided to do is actually grab some of my plastic page protectors. I think it was 3x8s. And I thought, you know what, I could use it as my interactive element. I can add some of my older cards in there, and I will just have to trim the bottom portion so it can fit into my journal because it is a 3x8 and larger than my Storyline Chapters journal. So you can see me here going through my cards, grabbing a few cards, and I'll even grab some of my Hey Pumpkin cards, which I've had forever. And I'm just going to slide them through my page protector, which is perfect. I love how this turned out. And I'm going to fold my page protector where the hole punches are. So that's where you would end up putting it in your album. I just make sure that it's nice and crisp. And I'm going to tuck it behind my photo and create this fun little interactive element where I was able to use some of my cards, which made me so happy. And I think this is like the best way to be able to use some of those cards that have been sitting in your stash for way too long. Now, as you can see, my page protector is much longer than my page. So I'm just going to trim off that bottom portion. I'm basically going to use washi tape to close it. I'm not even going to use my fuse tool or anything like that. This is fast, simple. I'm not going to overthink it. So I'm going to grab that Hey Pumpkin little cards that I have, like my little stash here. I'm going to add a few more cards inside the page protector. Now you can see the cards are much bigger, but I don't mind trimming them down a little bit and then add the washi tape to hold the card in place. I was putting back my cards, I saw this long banner that, again, I've had for way too long. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I can use the banner later on to create a tab for my interactive element for my page protector. So I basically put it aside and I'm going to go ahead and add my cards into my page protector and add my washi tape to close it up. And then I'm going to use that long banner to create a tab. And the great part was I literally found another tab in my stash that I can back up that larger banner and have two large banners back to back. Here it is. I found that longer one and I'm just going to back them up to create a fun little tab for my page protector. I will fill out the opposite page with one of these wood veneers from Colorcast Designs, and I'm going to just create a little cluster on that card just to change it up a little bit. Thought it would be fun to use some of my embellishments instead of adding a card to back up the other card. So now that I'm done sticking down my photo in my page protector, I'm just going to grab those large banners and back them up with each other and create a tab for my page protector. I'm so happy I thought of this because honestly, I've always thought, what am I going to use these banners for? They're so large. It just worked perfectly to add to my page protector. So I'm going to finish up my spread by adding my number 6 to my photo. And I'm also going to go through my puffy sticker sheets and add some puffy stickers to my costume spread. So I thought it would be fun to add some puffy stickers in between the letters and just add color to my title and also, again, use my stash. So I end up adding pumpkins, a lollipop, a ghost, just little things in between. And then I call my layouts done. I love how this turned out. It was fun to put together, and I hope you enjoyed watching me put together day 5 and 6 in my October daily journal. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!